You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
It's the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour on a Tuesday. Let's see, what do we have in store for this hour? Okay, coming up, we're going to visit with a young lady about the Leadership Institute event for ladies. It's coming up this Saturday. So if you've ever considered running for office, maybe pay attention here, because we're going to be chatting about an event that's coming up this weekend that's kind of designed for people who are maybe interested in running for office. And it's really geared towards ladies who are interested in running for office. So be listening for all the details on that. And we do have Charlie coming in. He'll be in the studio once again for Tuesdays with Charlie. I'm looking at the rest of the week here. I'm pretty doggone excited. I've got Barbara Eden as a guest tomorrow from I Dream of Jeannie. I loved her. Then on Friday, I've got a comedian friend of mine, very funny guy. Greg Warren is his name, and he's super funny. And he did a special called Where the Field Corn Grows. That was on Netflix in 2020. It was a big, big, big deal. And he's got a new one out right now. And this one he did specifically for YouTube. So like you can watch it for free on YouTube. Friend Nate Bargatze put it on his channel, on the YouTube channel, so you can actually find his special, Greg Warren's special, on Nate's channel, on NateTube, I think they call it. It's, anyway, the YouTube channel for him. But we'll be chatting with him on Friday. So we got a lot of awesome guests this week. So again, coming up tail end of this hour, Tuesdays with Charlie, coming up here in just a moment, a young lady chatting about the Leadership Institute that's happening this Saturday. It's an awesome week in Sioux Falls. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit once again today about the Leadership Institute event that's coming up this Saturday now. It's this Saturday from 9 to noon at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance. That's a lot to say. Last week we talked with Emily Lampkin. She'll be here participating in this. And now the local host for the event, Amber Hulse. Amber, let's talk a little bit about the event, first of all, and then we'll chat a little bit about what you are doing to kind of help bring this to Sioux Falls. Tell me a little bit about the event that's happening this Saturday.
Yeah, so the Women's Leaders Series is a new programming put on by the Leadership Institute, and it's a fun opportunity to bring women together from all different walks of life and train them with message development, fundraising, and how to use social media, whether they're PTA moms trying to organize their kids on the playground or trying to run for public office. We want to bring together women from all different walks of life to give them the opportunity to connect with each other and learn these very important skills regardless of what community action they're pursuing.
And it's so important to have people that are prepared and ready when there is a position that comes open. When that position comes open, I don't want to say it's too late at that point to get ready, because you could, but wouldn't it be better to be ready so when the position comes open, you can say, hey, I'm going to do this and I feel comfortable and confident. And this Saturday, you'll be able to learn some really neat things. And I'm looking at the information, message development and response, fundraising, social media. This is good stuff to know for anything, but this would be really good to know if you ever had kind of even that thought in your mind about saying, hey, maybe someday I would like to make a difference in my community, running for office, kind of at any level. But again, Amber, thank you for doing what you're doing to bring this event to Sioux Falls.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm from Hot Springs originally. So we had an event in Rapid City back in March, the same event, and it was very successful. We had around 30 women attend that event. And so we're looking forward to having our East River event here in Sioux Falls on May 13th. So I'm excited to see all the women on the eastern side of the state get together. But yeah, you're right. Women, studies show that it takes women to be asked 3 times before they'll actually run for office. And you're right. When a position comes up, we want women in our communities to be prepared to take action and get involved.
I love that you mentioned eastern South Dakota, because a lot of the time when we think about this, we think about Sioux Falls because it's in Sioux Falls. But if you live in Yankton, or if you're Vermilion or Mitchell or Huron or Brookings or Watertown or Aberdeen or anywhere, any community in the eastern half of the state of South Dakota, you're welcome to come to this event this Saturday, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we're welcoming women from Sioux City, Iowa, and even across the border in Minnesota. And if women want to drive up from Nebraska, heck, they're involved or invited to be involved as well.
Again, the event is happening this Saturday from 9 until noon. It's at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance. It's a beautiful building on Russell Avenue in Sioux Falls, or Russell Street, rather, in Sioux Falls. And again, if you get a chance to go to the event, you're going to learn a whole lot. What is the best way for somebody to sign up for this event? Would it just be go to this website that I'm looking at right now?
Yep. So you can go to the leadership or just leadershipinstitute.org, and then there are trainings listed there. And if you search May 13th or if you search South Dakota, the training will come up. It's called Women Leaders Series.
Very nice. And I'm going to make it easy to find that. I'll throw a link as well here in just a minute. Again, the event is this Saturday in Sioux Falls. Amber, thank you so much for taking the time to put this together. And thank you also for chatting with me about it today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us on.
Again, the website, leadershipinstitute.org, and I'm going to make it really easy. I'll have a link directly to this event that's happening this Saturday from 9 till noon. That link is at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, May 9th, 1900, the National Presidential Convention of the American Populist Party was held right here in Sioux Falls. As more of a centrist offshoot of the Democratic Party, the Populist Party was very attractive to the American farmers, and it captured the imagination of Sioux Falls citizen and South Dakota Senator R.F. Pettigrew. In fact, Pettigrew, who had been elected as a Republican, publicly condemned the party and began caucusing with the more moderate Silver Republicans and Populists. Pettigrew pulled strings and talked up our great city to the People's Populist Party National Convention to be hosted right here. Due to the fact that the party didn't have enough popular support across the country to stand as a viable third party in American politics, they eventually hitched their wagon to the bigger Democratic Party. Though the national showing wasn't quite as big as expected, local and regional politicians poured into Sioux Falls for a two-day convention. They nominated William Jennings Bryan as their suggested Democratic presidential nominee and put together a platform to submit to the Democratic Party in hopes that a larger party would take on some of their issues in hopes of keeping the populist support. The Populist Party would dissolve less than a decade later, due in no small part to Senator R.F. Pettigrew. Delusioned with the lack of success and the backroom politics, Pettigrew would spend much of the beginning of the 20th century backing candidates that he believed in rather than beholding himself to a specific party, and also openly criticizing, even attacking policies and colleagues that he didn't agree with. This Day in Sioux Falls History has been brought to you by SiouxFallsFunPage.com and Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Tuesday, May 9th, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Equity markets traded in a tight range Monday, starting the week on an uncertain note. The action was dominated by concern this week's CPI report would confirm the need to keep interest rates higher for longer, if not on the rise. That concern was shared by the latest Fed Senior Loan Officer Opinion Survey, which shows credit conditions are tightening for businesses and consumers nationwide. The news is evidence that the loan officers are growing nervous about the economy's future. The S&P 500 is at a critical juncture, trading at the 4150 level. This level marks the bottom of a trading range that has dominated the market for the last 12 months. The next move will be a telling one. If the market can rise above the 4150 level, lifted by a brightening earnings outlook, it could continue to rise into the summer months. If not, this market will remain range-bound with a chance of moving down to retest support at lower levels. You can get the inside track at marketbeatminute.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.